Well, I'm joined here by Team Titli. We'll ask them why it's a movie called Titli, because I've got three men sitting here with me. But first is the reluctant producer, Dibakar. I mean, Anurag said that you didn't want to produce this movie, and Ranveer apparently was not the man you wanted in the movie, is it?
Well, the two different reluctances, so I'll come to them one by one. The first one was that Kanu and I have been working together for a long time, and then Kanu refused to, assist me on Shanghai and went off to write his own film. And then when I came back, I realized that he was pretty serious about writing his own, directing and debuting as a feature film director. And that's when we started talking, and you work together, you know each other, so you keep talking about films. And by the way, I don't know about Kanu, but I don't think either of us have much of a social life. So
actually, none of us who work in this industry have a social
But
life.
you have no idea about me, so so what we do is that we hardly talk about, okay, let's have a drink. We only talk about films. We only talk about work. So I knew that he was working towards his first feature film, and there was this talk in the air that now you should produce. I remember one day he sat down and he gave me this big yarn that how I am this isolated recluse, and how people are not liking it.
Oh, you remember that conversation?
Yes, yes, because that was the first part of his strategy. He sat down for about 1 hour. People are not liking that you are on your own and that you do your work and then you, fish off and then nobody sees you. You're not really very well liked, people really don't think that, people think that, Dibakar kaam se matlab rakhta hai aur kuch nahi karta hai, bas kaam karta hai, ghar chala jata hai, thoda selfish type ka. So I said, it's all true. So I mean, it's very good that they know this about me, and I'm a free man. So, but this was his first ploy to sort of get me to think that why don't you also become, an impresario or the typical father figure of the new indie cinema. आप भी थोड़े छोटे अपने proteges लगा लो line में. But what started happening was that his first script, both of us after a while, we were convinced that this was not really his first film. Shouldn't be his first film. In fact, he did a lot of work. He went and met actors for that script. That didn't work out. I mean, not because anything else, because we decided, and he decided that it was not what he wanted his first film to be. After that, he started writing Titli. When Titli started happening, because of the screenplay and because of what he was doing, that started, getting me interested. And slowly, despite myself, I found myself getting drawn into Titli. Then slowly, as Titli started making waves in NFDC Script Lab, some international producers started getting interested to produce it. At one point, Yashraj Films was also looking at the script. That's when I kept hearing that Titli, the screenplay, what a screenplay. And that's when Anurag was also talking about Titli, and he always knew Kanu, that Kanu was a talented filmmaker. So that's when Anurag told me that, listen, what are you doing? I said, yeah, I'm thinking, yeah. So he said that, listen, if you don't do it, I'll do it. So you better do it. And Kanu wants to do it with you. And Kanu really wanted to, for some reason, me to produce it. So that's how it started. Ranveer, I was reluctant because I couldn't see Ranveer in the part.
There. And he says that he wrote the part for you.
Yes. And thank God, and not that I told him not to cast Ranveer. I said, I can't see Ranveer in the part.
Much like Khosla, there also he couldn't see Bandi Khosla in me.
I think it's a good tradition, because next time also I should not see you in a part.
Yeah, as long as you end up giving me the part.
That's how
because it's also liberating, but otherwise the person just gets caged into a
So thank God Kanu didn't sort of pay much heed to what my suggestions, or not even suggestions, what my sort of feelings were. He said, I'm completely convinced about Ranveer, and it is Ranveer's best performance in his life. It is better than Khosla Ka Ghosla.